Further discussion on the bill. The gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just heard an interesting fact from the gentleman from New Jersey that I would love to see verified. He said that U.S. oil production was up on federal land in this country. Now, I've heard the President talk about oil production being up on land, not necessarily on federal land, and I don't disagree with that statement from the President because oil production is up onshore in this country, but it's not happening on federal land. It's happening on state and private land, primarily in North Dakota, with a wildcat energy-driven economy in North Dakota. In fact,
when the gentleman is ready to yield, I'd be happy to give you
I'll yield
data.
in just a second, sir.
Thank you.
Just this past fall, the U.S. government's Energy Information Administration reported a 40% decline in oil and natural gas production on federal lands compared to 10 years ago. And that's a fact. In fact, the President administration withdrew areas offered for 77 oil and gas leases in Utah that could cost American taxpayers millions. We see this continued withdrawal, not increase, of oil and natural gas production on federal lands. But it is happening on state and private lands, and I'll yield to the gentleman to substantiate his facts.
Just a quick comment on that one number that the gentleman just made. That excludes the royalty-free offshore land. But specifically, March of this year, U.S. Energy Information Agency sales of fossil fuels produced, federal lands, onshore, federal. This is including federal and Indian lands 2003 through 2011 in millions of barrels. In 2011, it was 112 million. There is no year over the last decade where it has reached that level.
Well, I reclaim my time and just say that contradicts exactly what that Energy Information Administration just reported in the fall, that 40% decline over the last 10 years. And so I think it's very, very clear that we're seeing the exact opposite. In fact, the President said in his Keystone Pipeline statement, and it is on the White House website if you care to read it for yourself, it says he wants to increase American energy production and lessen our dependence on oil, period. Now, when I first read that, I thought he said we're going to lessen our dependence on foreign oil or Middle Eastern oil, and I said, yeah, I go along with that. Then I went back and read the statement, and that is not what it said. It said that he wants to increase American energy production and lessen our dependence on oil, period. That is the dynamic that's driving this administration's policy that has taken federal land off the table for energy production. Now, let's get serious in this country and talk about American energy independence. Let's talk about offshore and onshore. I applaud the gentleman from Colorado's bill and the amendments that are coming from the other gentleman from Colorado that increase and expedite the leasing permitting process for oil and natural gas production on federal land. Americans know that we've got the resources in this country to be truly American energy independent. But yes, this Congress continues to thwart those efforts. They continue to thwart. If we can't be American energy independent, why not North American energy independent and buy oil from a friendly country north of us, speaks our language, our largest and best trading partner in Canada with Keystone Pipeline. American energy independence is within our grasp, and we fail to capture it. We fail to promote policies within the administration and within this Congress that support American energy independence. Now it's time to get off of it, and with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back.
The gentleman yield? Will the gentleman yield?
Yes, I will. Yes, sir.
To clarify, when a gentleman talks about this Congress, he's only talking about half of this Congress, because one half of this Congress has responded to exactly the points the gentleman has made going way back to last year.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to clarify that because I know the gentleman, I know how emotional he is about this, as we all are. But the point is that half of the Congress has acted very, very properly on what the gentleman was saying.